Hi, first graders. It's me, Mrs. Elkins, and I wanted to share another story with you. It's one of my favorite characters. I hope you like Splat the cat. This is called Splat the cat. Good night, sleep tight. And it's a second grade level reading book. So I'm going to read it to you. And you can help me by looking at the pictures. Remember, the first way we read a book are the pictures. They tell you a lot about a story. I'm already looking and I'm having thoughts. I see something in the sky and I see Splat looks a little bit scared. Let's go ahead and read to find out what happens. Here's our title page. Splat the cat. Good night, sleep tight. Based on the best-selling books by Rob Scotton. So the author's name is Rob Scotton, okay? And the illustrator is Robert Eberts. That's the person who does the pictures. That would be a great job, right? An illustrator. Hey, here's our activity like we did. What do you see when you look out your window, right? And what does Splat see when he looks out? It looks like almost like a garage or a tent. It looks like a tent. I see a tent. Splat was happy. It was almost night. He was getting ready to camp under the moonlight. And you can see that's why there's a tent. Now that makes sense. Do you see what's on his bed? I see a flashlight, a duck. That's strange. And a sleeping bag. And I also see his backpack with a duck. Okay, maybe he likes ducks, right? And a tent. So I'm thinking he's going camping, right? Like I said, he's going to camp under the moonlight. Everything is just right, Splat told his mom. I have my sleeping bag, I have my flashlight, and I have a surprise, said Splat's mom. Let's go outside. I wonder what Splat's mom's surprise could be. Let's turn and find out. Look, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much more fun. His friends are waiting for him. Do you see that? Mom and Splat, they went into the garden. They pulled back the tent flaps. Splat peered inside the tent. Two sets of eyes peered back. Say hello to Spike and Plank, said Splat's mom. They are camping here tonight. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun, right? A camp out in the backyard with your friends. Can you imagine? Well, Splat felt his whiskers wobble with fright. Oh no, Splat is scared. Mom, whispered Splat, I don't like Spike. You might like him better if you spent some time together, said Splat's mom. You'll see, everything will be just right. Has that ever happened to you? That happened to a friend of mine. They were put on a soccer team with another student that they did not like. And they still had to play together and be on the team. Now, sometimes you might be surprised and you might end up liking them. They might even end up being your best friend. When I was little, my best friend, I didn't like her at all when I first met her. And she ended up being my best friend for life. So who knows, maybe you'll meet your best friend in the same way. Maybe it's someone you don't like. Maybe you think you don't like them. Let's see, maybe that'll happen for Splat. Well, I'm hungry, said Spike. What did you bring for me to eat? I have some fish cakes, Splat said. Yum, said Spike. He gobbled them up in delight. Well, that went well, right? Spike liked the food that Splat had. They got along well there. Let's see what happens next. Look, said Splat. The stars are so bright. I see at least 1,000,000. I see 71, said Plank. I see nothing, said Spike, but two silly cats looking at the moonlight. Now, is Spike being a friend there? Maybe that's why Splat didn't want to play with him, right? You have to remember to be kind, to be a good friend, or else others won't want to play with you. They might think you're a bully, or a bucket dipper, that maybe you're not nice to other people, you say unkind words. So Spike needs to use better words, I'm thinking. It's getting late, said Splat. Let's try to sleep. But Plank could not rest. My sleeping bag is much too tight, he said. Plank tossed, he turned, he struggled, stretched, and strained. Rip! You're welcome, said Spike. Did you see what Spike just did? He ripped the sleeping bag. Now, is that being a good friend? No, I don't think that Spike is being a good friend at all. Splat's not going to want to have him over anymore, and Plank won't want to play with him if you break his stuff. That's sad. Well, Splat was just about to fall asleep when something felt wrong. Do you see it? He saw a dark shadow creep up the tent wall. Run for your lives, Splat shouted with all his might. What do you think that shadow could be? Let's find out. Splat! Oh my, Spike laughed. Did I give you a fright? Now, was that nice of Spike to scare his friend like that? I hope you would not do that to Mrs. Elkins or to any of your friends, right? That's not being a good friend. What's the big deal, said Spike. Everything is all right. Splat did not think so, but he was too tired to pick a fight. Well, that's good, because it's not good to ever start a fight, right? Just choose your words. Find your voice. So one by one, Splat's whiskers drooped. One by one, his eyes shut tight. You see him? He's falling asleep. Suddenly, Spike sprang up. What's wrong? Said Splat. There's something strange crawling up my leg, yelled Spike. And look at Spike's face. Oh, no. Now he looks scared. Mommy, screamed Spike. He scrambled out of his sleeping bag. He stumbled out of the tent. When Spike took flight, he took the whole tent down with him. Oh no, he made the whole tent fall down. He got scared. Let's see. Maybe Mom can fix it. Oh, Seymour, said Splat. It was just you. And look who Seymour is. A mouse. It's all right, Spike. Come back, said Splat and Plank. We will protect each other for the rest of the night. That's the way we do it. We synergize. Right, class? We take care of each other. And that's what we're going to do in first grade. In both room 13 and room 15, first graders will take care of each other. We'll use teamwork. Promise, sniffled Spike. Promise, said Splat. Now good night, said Splat. Sleep tight, said Plank. See you in the morning light, said Spike. Bedtime. For three friends who camped out that night, everything turned out just right. You know, this story, it pointed out something that we all get afraid of different things from time to time. I want to know something you are afraid of, that you are going to be brave enough to share with us. So let's get a reading response journal. Pause the tape and go get yours. I'll get mine now to show you. Great, here's mine. Yours might be a different color. Just remember it has the spiral binding on the side. It looks like this, the spiral binding. That's the one we use. Remember, we've done a lot of pictures in it. We started with Today I Feel, and we've been working in it. Find your next blank page. Mrs. Elkins does not like to waste. Here's my next open page. So I will do my picture right behind that one. So it's right here. Find yours now. Pause the tape and find it. Great. Now that you have it open, you can copy this sentence starter. On the top of your paper, you are going to copy this sentence. I am afraid of, and then you're going to finish that. What is something you're afraid of? Are you afraid of the dark? Maybe you're afraid of spiders. Maybe you're afraid of sharks. What is something you're afraid of? Maybe you're afraid of getting in trouble. Maybe you're afraid of your teacher. I hope not. But you're going to tell me one thing you're afraid of. Pause the tape and copy this now. You'll finish your sentence. I am afraid of. You'll finish the blank. Just sound it out. Remember, spelling doesn't count. Then you have to draw a picture. I started to draw mine now. Of course, I'll finish it like you will, and then I will color it in. Can you guess what it is I'm afraid of? Can you guess? I'll write the word. Maybe you'll figure it out. Let me start it. It begins with shh. Can you finish it? See you tomorrow. Bye, class.